Nash from Moraine Valley College and the recording secretary of Phi Rho Pi, and I'm coming to you from my hometown of Chicago, Illinois, and I'm going to give you a little tour of my neighborhood as I talk to you about judging. This is Chicago's famous Graceland Cemetery and Arboretum, where famous people like Marshall Field, Daniel Burnham, and Ernie Banks have been laid to rest. Cemeteries can sometimes be scary places, but we don't want our speech rounds to be scary. So I want you to think about two things when you're judging. Number one, be friendly. You want to make sure the students don't feel scared or intimidated. Give them a friendly environment. But remember, don't ask them where they're from. And number two, make sure that you exemplify confidence. Try not to say things like, I don't like judging online, or I've never used this technology before. We want our students to know that they have the most confident and competent judges around. The city of Chicago was the first city to publicly fund and designate an area to support the diverse GLBTQ+ community. And this is the rainbow sidewalk that leads into that area. As I stand here on North Halsted Street, in front of one of the most famous legacy walks, LGBTQ+ pylons, I'm reminded about just how important diversity is in forensics. Remember, students come from different backgrounds and different regions, and I want you to be open to all forms of communication. This year has a special challenge. Remember, many of our students might be seated in front of their computer and not standing. Many of our students won't walk in a traditional manner. Be open to all forms of interpretation, debate, and public platform addresses. What you see now are the meerkats at Chicago's Lincoln Park Zoo. The zoo is my team's favorite place to come and practice their speeches. Meerkats are especially good listeners. Remember, this year while judging, you will be giving IPDA prompts, parliamentary prompts, and impromptu prompts at the start of the round. Behind me is Chicago's Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs. Now the Cubs have a lot of rules they have to play by. In forensics, we have things called rules, we have things called norms. I just want to make sure that you as a judge don't confuse a norm with a rule. We don't want to penalize students when they're not really breaking a rule. But being online, we do have a few new rules that you have to be aware of. First, duo partners have to be in separate places when they perform. And remember, students are not allowed to do anything such as moving a camera or audio manipulation or video screen manipulation. But they are allowed to share videos and PowerPoints. The next stop on my journey in my neighborhood is my local gym, where I'm a fitness instructor part-time. I'm getting prepared to go in and teach one of my classes right now. And you also need to be prepared when you go judge around. Your ballot will be emailed to you, and it's important you pick up that ballot as quickly as you can, because the standby judges will not be released until all the ballots have been picked up. Number two, when you get into the round, make sure you take attendance. And number three, remind everyone in the round to keep their microphones off when they're not speaking. And do your best to keep your camera on at all times. Tell your students in the round that if possible, they should keep their cameras on also. Right behind me, we have a replica of the Schitt's Creek Rosebud Motel. Now, when the Roses went to Schitt's Creek, they encountered all sorts of problems, and you might encounter some problems too while judging. Remember, there is a judge help room you can go into at any point where you need advice. Second, on the tournament homepage, there's all sorts of tips and tricks that will help you navigate the tournament more successfully. And if your students have a problem while in the round competing, remember, the 5-minute rule is in effect.